Hello everyone, my name is Fei Wu. I'm a PhD candidate in the University of Minnesota. The topic I'm going to present is exploring communication modalities to support collaborative guidance in virtual reality. Navigation is a fundamental task in both the virtual and real world. However, users who only have a local first-person perspective view may lack of global information about the environment. It may increase difficulty during the navigation of an unknown environment. These tasks become even more challenging when the operational environment is dynamically changing, such as moving obstacles or adversaries. In certain applications, it may be useful to facilitate collaborative guidance, which can enable users to receive instructions or assistance from remote individuals that either have expert knowledge or access to additional streams of information, such as a map-like view of the environment. Collaborative guidance requires technology-mediated communication. The specific modalities and implementation parameters of the system will influence the performance and effectiveness of the task. Our research is collaborative with the US Army Research Lab. We would like to research the performance of audio instructions and AR visual overlays to support the collaborative guidance in a navigation task in real world. Audio instructions are the main technique used in collaborative guidance tasks nowadays, but AR technology is not mature enough to support such design with current generation technology. Therefore, we utilize immersive virtual reality to simulate future augmented reality capabilities. We present a study to compare performance of different communication modalities to support collaborative guidance in navigation tasks in dynamic virtual environments. In the experiment, participants served two kinds of roles: guiders and explorers. Three conditions were designed regarding the mode of communication between the guider and the explorer: audio only, visual only, and the combination of audio and visual cues. We designed a collaborative user interface and a virtual reality scenario for evaluating collaborative guidance tasks using these communication methods. We conducted two studies: a dyadic study conducted at a large public event and a controlled lab study. In the experiment, the guider was in charge of sending instructions to the guider via user interface. The user interface includes two parts. The left part includes 10 audio buttons. The guider used the buttons to send audio instructions. The right part is a bird view map of the virtual building. The red circles are the visual overlays. They are invisible by default and can be activated by the guider. The map also indicated all the information they needed about the environment, such as the position and orientation of the explorer. The virtual environment was designed based on an architectural floor plan of a real building. It has complex hallways and rooms to explore. We also designed the environment to be dynamic by adding 3 sentries. They wandered in the building randomly and had a broad field of view in all directions. The experiment included several trials for each condition. In each trial, the guiders need to guide explorers to reach the end waypoints in the shortest time and avoid being seen by sentries. The explorers were required to navigate in the building following the instructions sent by the guiders. We evaluated the performance of the 3 conditions in 4 criteria: navigation duration, sentries duration, easy to use, and effectiveness. Navigation duration was the amount of time that explorers were spent to finish all tasks. Sentries duration was the amount of time that explorers were viewed by sentries. The data of easy to use and effectiveness were collected by a feedback questionnaire using a 7-point Likert scale. Participants were also required to describe the factors that made the task easier or more difficult in the feedback questionnaire. Our hypotheses were as follows. The combination condition would have better performance compared with the audio or visual condition. It would result in shorter navigation duration and centrist duration, and be rated easier to use and more effective. The first experiment was a didactic study conducted at the Minnesota State Fair in 2019. It was a public event in a large environment. In each pair of participants, one played the role of the guider while the other one served as the explorer. The red part is the procedure of the experiment. Participants need to fill in the pre-questionnaire, perform one practice trial and 3 formal trials, then finish a series of post-questionnaire. This is the result. For the centrist duration, the statistical analysis showed that the combination condition has significantly better performance compared with the audio condition. Although the combination condition also showed better performance compared with the visual condition, there was no significant difference between them. In the feedback questionnaire, the combination condition was rated significantly easier to use compared with the audio condition, but there was no significant difference between the visual and combination condition. The analysis of effectiveness has similar results. The combination condition was rated significantly more effective compared with the audio condition. The first experiment was conducted in a public environment which was uncontrolled with some interference. Both guider and explorer were played by participants. Therefore, we conducted a lab control study. Compared with the first experiment, it has a quiet environment with very little interference, a trained confederate to act as a guider, and longer experiment duration. The procedure was also similar to the first experiment, except that the number of formal trials was increased to 12. The results were similar to the first experiment. The combination condition has significantly better performance in centrist duration, effectiveness, and is easy to use, compared with the audio condition. However, there's no significant difference between the combination and visual condition. The analysis of experiment data was consistent with the free questionnaire responses. Participants stated factors that made the task more difficult in the audio condition and visual condition, such as disorientation, not clear enough, hard to follow, inconvenient, hard to find the next waypoint, and so on. Most participants described the combination condition as the factors that made the task easier, because it overcomes the shortcomings in single modality. Here comes our conclusion. In this study, we present 3 communication methods: audio only, visual only, and combination of audio and visual cues. We applied them in 2 user collaborative guidance in navigation tasks in virtual reality. 2 experiments were conducted: a didactic study at a large public event and a controlled lab study. In both experiments, the combination of 2 modalities has outstanding performance compared with only using audio instructions. Although there is no significant difference between the combination and the visual condition, the results also show that the visual overlays has limitations. Although the results seems to be intuitive, our study provided scientific measurements to support guidance for the future work. In the experiments, we observed that the specific implementations of audio instructions and the shape of the visual overlays may influence the performance. especially in complex and dynamic environments. In the future, studies will be designed with more complex audio commands and visual signals. Further experiments conducted will also be considered to evaluate other communication modalities or 3D user interface to support navigation with collaborative guidance. That's all. Thank you.